Hi, everyone. My name is Lambert. I'm a visual artist. I'm a curator. I'm an educator based here in Red Deer, and it's taken me a while to get, I guess, to where I am in life right now. But I think I've always sort of been the sort of person that takes the long way to get from point A to point B. This is me as a kid, and I used to live 3 blocks away from school, maybe 4 blocks. This is the 3rd time I've lived in Red Deer now. The first time was when I was a kid and I went to Oriole Park School. And it would sometimes take me 30 minutes or 40 minutes or maybe up to an hour to get home. And the reason I know this, I mean, I don't actually have an exact recollection of this, but my stepdad at the time would come to school and he'd follow me home just to see what was going on. And it wasn't that I was trying to avoid getting home or anything like that. It's just there was too many interesting things in the back alleys, the side streets, too many stray dogs to play with. At the time, there was the railroad tracks over there you go play on. I'd go to parks, and basically I just wanted to do whatever I could to take the longest route, the most interesting route to get home. That's sort of how I've ended up where I am in the position I am right now as a artist and educator, curator too. So now that you have just a little bit of idea who I am, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my art practice and how I got to where I am in the project that I'm going to talk about today. So I finished my undergrad for visual arts, and I was a little bit dissatisfied with what I was doing. I found it to be a little bit ineffectual. I really wanted my practice to be, I want it to be relatable. I want it to be informative. I want it to be illustrative and just could connect with people. And what I found I was doing was just making objects that would sit in a gallery space. So 2 things happened to me around the same time. I was kind of like I said, I was unhappy. So I decided to go back to grad school because that's what you do when you don't know what else to do. So you go to grad school, and 2 things happened there. It was the second year. I was kind of still fumbling along. And the first thing was I was introduced to this idea called Relational Aesthetics. And what this is, it was written about by a French critic and curator named Nicolas Bourriaud. And the basics of it are it's a set of artistic practices that take as their point of departure all of human relation and social context rather than an independent object or space. So what that means is instead of it just being a painting on the wall or a vase on a plinth or an installation, Relational Aesthetics looks at all of the sort of things that are happening in the gallery and out of the gallery. It's the relationship between you and I standing in front of an art piece. It's the relationship that you and I have when we go for coffee afterwards. It's me telling a friend who didn't make it to the gallery about a piece. And it's me telling you right now about my art practice. It's all of these things. It's how what we do as artists isn't just located in that one spot. So I had this as sort of an idea floating around the back of my head, and at the same time I was working at the artist-run gallery, the student-run gallery, sorry, at the university. And one day after a particularly long installation, I made this comment to a friend, and this is the second thing that happened. My friend encouraged me to actually follow through on one of the asinine things I sometimes say. And what I said was, it would be really nice if we just took all of the art out of the gallery. We just took all the lights down, we took all the easels out or whatever out, get everything out of there, and just let people come in here because it's a really nice space and have a nap. So that's what I did. I took everything out of the gallery. I applied for a show. I got a show. I took everything out of the gallery. I took all the art off the walls. There was nothing like that. And I just put in couches, and I put in chairs, and I put in blankets and mats, and little lights. And I sat there for a week. I was there every day. And I made sure this was during midterms so that people would be particularly stressed. And they would need a place to go. And I offered them a service. My service was, I'll let you sleep for as long as you want. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours. You pulled an all-nighter the night before? Come in here and have a nap. And at the end of the prescribed time of the nap, I would go over to them, and sort of breaking a social barrier here, I'd reach out and touch the stranger on the shoulder, give them a gentle shake, and say, it's time to get up now. No rush. Take your time. You can stay here as long as you want. In the meantime, here's some juice and cookies. And I would just put that down beside them. Now, the reaction I got to this particular piece from faculty and students was extremely positive. In fact, you've maybe struck a chord with someone when a perfect stranger, and not to be too sexist, but a male stranger comes up to me after the show and gives me a hug. Not once, but that happened 2 different times, and I only did this for 5 days. And people are writing in the comment blog of this is what art should be, where it's interactive and it's relatable and it has all these other aspects I wanted. So I had this in mind, and now I have a whole new raw material. Now I'm not just working with things in space. Now I'm working with the little moments from day-to-day life. So now I start working with projects where I'm working with daydreams. I mean, that's a pretty cool raw material. I'm working with letter writing. I'm working with the radio to talk to people. I made radio broadcasts just for one person that anyone could listen to, but I would only talk to one person. Now I'm drawing a blank. Radio, writing letters, sharing potlucks with people. There's a couple of people in the audience here who've had a potluck with me. And now that brings me up to where I am now. So the first thing I'm going to do to introduce the project that I'm here to talk about tonight is to give you the title, because really the title says it all. And this project here was called In Paradise Everyone Naps, and my titles get longer and longer as my practice continues, and they get more perhaps poetic or not, and descriptive. So the next title of the project is actually called The Only Thing I Know For Sure, there's a couple of words missing, but the only thing I know for sure is that while I am looking for you, you are looking for me. That's pretty much what my project is. But I'll break it down a little bit because it has a similar storyline to that napping project. Basically, I was in San Francisco with a friend, and we were there for an art piece. Actually, I was writing letters to people in San Jose. And we were wandering through San Francisco, and it's, of course, a very beautiful place. It's the summer, and on and on. And I made another offhanded comment. I was like, this would be really fun if we both just went our separate ways and we got lost and then we tried to find each other in the city that we don't know. That led to a discussion, that led to a proposal, and that led to me doing this project called The Only Thing I Know For Sure is that while I'm looking for you, you are looking for me. So I'm in the middle of this project right now. I did one iteration of it in 2009 and one this last summer. And basically what happens is I take two people who don't know each other, and I move them with me to a city. It's a city they don't know, a city they have never lived in, a city they have no friends, no family, and I put one of them in point A and one of them in point B, and I say, you have 28 days, find each other. Keep track of what you do, take pictures, write journals, keep all of your raw material, your ephemera of your day-to-day life, because I'm going to want that later. Just do your best to find each other. I put them in a point of isolation, and then ask them to start from scratch to build their life up a little bit. And they only have, like I said, 28 days, 4 weeks. So here we have, on the near side to me, we have Matt and Aaron. And those two were in Vancouver. And they ended up finding each other. They ended up using the internet to find each other. On the far side, on the top, we have Brandy, and the bottom, we have Ian. And they were in Montreal this past summer, and they didn't find each other. They came really close. I don't know if you know of the tam-tams that happen Mount Royal every Sunday. Well, they were both there on the last Sunday of the project. She was there with a sign and a blanket and a costume on, and he was a wanderer traveling through looking, but they missed each other. Now, I don't look at either of these as a success or failure. That wasn't the point of it. The point of it was the journey. The point of it was looking for something and having, in a way, the faith that what you're looking for is out there. So I picked these large multicultural centers because I wanted something that could sort of be a stand-in for the world at large. And these people looking for something in this sea of the unknown, these cities where lots of people are coming and going, and where sort of transient populations, but also multi-ethnic, especially with, well, both of them really, lots of different languages in the streets and things like that. That was me or you or anyone looking for something that they have to hope is out there. Not really hope, like the project is called. You have to know that it's out there. Whatever it is you're doing, you're looking for, is going to be out there. Now, quickly running out of time here, so I have 2 more points to make. One is, while this piece might be a metaphor for you or me or anything else, it's also a metaphor for my art practice in a way. My art practice, I need to keep going along whatever path I kind of see, and I use my friends as encouragement, use pop culture as encouragement, use everything I can find, and hope that what I'm looking for with my artistic practice is out there. The last thing I want to do here, oh, I did forget one little thing. Well, and along that lines, in the next couple of years, I have a couple of shows in a gallery, so back to the gallery, for this show. And in the gallery space, what I need to do is somehow communicate what these, my searchers, for lack of a better term, have done. They've collected everything they've done. They were in newspapers looking for each other. They were on the radio looking for each other. They did chalk drawings. They made t-shirts. They made bags. They did all sorts of things to find each other. So now my challenge is to take all of that and use it as a way to communicate to an audience this sort of adventure they were on. So as I've seen, you've had something passed along to you that'll look something like this. And this is just this is me summing up right now. This is my gift to you right now. This isn't part of an art project. This isn't even though I did sign it, but I'm not asking you to like do anything with it that's going to get back to me. I'm not asking you to like send me any recorded things. I'm not going to put this in a show or anything like that. But I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to do what I've done, which is taking different people and having them connect. What I want you to do is, this is a two-part postcard. One part's from me to you, and the other part you can rip off. And I want you to send that to someone. I want you to send it to someone that you haven't talked to in a long time. Send it to someone that you talk to every day. Ooh. Send it to someone that you meant to say something to, and it'd probably be best to say it in writing. Send it as a thank you. Do whatever you'd like to, but send it to someone. Just take a few moments out of your day and just reach out to someone. And that's kind of what this whole day has been about connecting. So this is me connecting to you, and through you to a larger community. So thank you very much.